Hi everyone, it's Marcie Besecker with Fun Stamper's Journey. Today I have a great card for you. It is the change in the waves of change we find our direction. And I posted this on Facebook on my Coach Connection, which is a Facebook page for coaches for Fun Stamper's Journey. And everybody wanted to know, how did I get the sand? And asked a few questions and some messages about other techniques on the card. So I thought I would show you how I created the background, and I'm also going to show you a little bit about fusion coloring with Fun Stamper's Journey. Fun Stamper's Journey has a product and it's called Fusion Blender, and it is an amazing product that I enjoy coloring with. So it's the Fusion Blender. This one is more than half gone. I really enjoy coloring with it, along with Color Burst and Color Splash. We have two different types of color pencils, watercolor and then the regular color pencils. We have fusion coloring and pan pastels, and I use both of those in this product, this card today. So I wanted to show you a little bit of how I did that. So let's get started. Okay, so today we're using the stamp set Sandy Toes, and this is coming out in the new catalog starting tomorrow, which is called Spring into Summer. There is a lot of fun in this catalog, and it's live tomorrow. If you do not have a link on how to see the catalog, or you don't have the catalog, please let me know, and I will share a link with you and you can look page by page at the catalog. So just let me know. There's a lot of fun in that catalog. Okay, so let's get started and I'll show you how I created this. So what I did is, of course, it's pan pastels. So I'm going to be using my pull play, my banana cream, my beach ball, my cocoa powder, okay, and I think that was it on this. Okay, so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to take my pull play, and you just need to dab it in there. This, I mean, I've had these since June of last year, and I use them a lot, and you can barely tell. I mean, the blue you can tell probably more than other ones, the light blue, because I do that a lot for the sky. So what I do is I just kind of come in, kind of circle it. You can see that there's some white in there for like a cloud look, and that is perfectly fine. So that's perfect. That's all I want. So now what I do is I'm going to come in with the light yellow, the banana cream color, and I'm going to go across the bottom just lightly, kind of cover it up. That's it. Then I'm going to come in with cocoa powder and just kind of go back and forth. You don't need it too crazy. You can tell I had dirty fingerprints right there, and that's okay. Let's find your eraser. Erase it up a little bit, and then just come back in. Okay. And then I'm going to put my basket over here, so you can tell it's really forgiving. Okay, so there you go. Now, I always like to have a baby wipe handy just to kind of wipe my hands off, and then a dry towel also, just so you kind of keep your fingers clean. And I'll show you a technique I've shown before to kind of set this in that works for me. All right, I'm going to go ahead and put these back together. I don't need these ones any longer. All right, now what I want to do is I want to not break my pan pastels as I'm trying to put them away. Now what I want to do is I want to come in with a little bit of a darker blue. So now you just kind of come around, kind of get the look that you want. I like a little darker here. This is water. And you can see, I like to kind of make it like a line there because you're going to, the ocean goes and stops and then it's sky. So you kind of just want it like that. Okay, and I'm fine with that. I like it to come down a little bit because it's not even, it's not perfectly straight. Okay, and then I just like to tap off and just kind of lightly come into the sky, just to kind of darken it just a tad. Kind of finish off that picture. All right, so there is my picture. Now, I don't have a dry baby cloth or baby wipe. I just took my trash out. So, and I like to usually have one. So I'm just going to take this towel and I'm just going to go back and forth, starting with the light and going down to the darker. And to me, that just burnishes the color in. And now I'm good to go. So I'm going to flip this to give us a little bit of a cleaner surface. And there we go. All right. So now the secret of how did I get the sand on there? Okay, there's a couple things I did first. I'm going to take my block here that I use and I'll put it right there. So it looks like there's a glare right here. I'm going to go ahead and put my Journey, my clear pigment, True Fusion Reinker for my Journey Clear. And I'm just going to make a little puddle here. And that is good. And then I take a brush and I'm going to do my waves first and just kind of run it along, and I want it whiter down here, make it a little whiter like it's waves, and then here maybe just kind of like that. Okay, so that's all I need there. And I'm going to do white embossing powder. Okay. And that is going to be our water. All right, so let me just pick this up. Sorry about that. All right. Okay, quick dry here. I have construction going on at my house. I have cabinets, new cabinets and counters going in the kitchen, and they're putting some can lights in and different things. And then I have a painter here also that's repainting my living room and hallway. We moved here a year ago and I loved the house. I hated the white tile in the kitchen, so I knew that was one thing I wanted to change. And the paint color, it seemed like the paint was all the same color through the whole house, and it's just kind of a little too much. So they're out there doing that, and so poor me, I'm banished to my craft room. So what better than to share this project with you? Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of Journey glaze, and this is going to be the little time consuming type thing, but it's okay. It works out great. So I also put my Journey glaze on here. You can tell I've had some. It's kind of sticky from when I had it a minute ago, and I'm just going to put. I might have to get some more. Okay, so I just start putting some dabs, just little dabs here and there, teeny tiny dabs I just want it kind of random, because you know the glaze is also like a glue. And just kind of go here. All right, so then what I do is I created this dark, don't look at the label because I'm just reusing the jar. I took the sparkle dust, I put it in a bowl, and then I added some of our silk, some of our dark roast silk. Trying to find it so I can show you. Okay, so here it's the dark roast silk, and it's silky on the bottom. You see, you just have to shake it. And what I did is I added some to our sparkle dust, and then it made sparkle. So it's the dark roast in the little sparkle. So what I did is I just kind of sprinkle this on. So the dark will end up going just where the glaze is, just enough to kind of hold to look like darker pebbles on the ground. Okay, so that's kind of what I did there. So I'm going to set that aside again. And I did let that dry. For video purposes, I'm not going to be drying too much, so the brown may kind of end up, I might have to do a little bit over again, but that's okay. This gives you an idea of what I've done. Okay, so now I did the same thing with the gold dust. As you see, this one's been used a lot more. And really, it's just a matter of taking enough of the crystal of the sparkle dust, and I just put enough in a bowl. Like the gold I made a lot of. The brown was a little more accidental. I put too much brown in, so I had to add more crystal, but it's fine because I'm using it a lot. So normally what I would do is have this dry. I'm going to hit it with this heat gun for just a bit, although glaze and heat gun I don't like to do too much because it kind of bubbles up, but I want it to dry a little bit. And then I'll show you how I did the rest. And it's okay if this brown moves around, I just want it to stick. And it doesn't necessarily have to be in those little glops there. So then what I did is I took this again, I put a little more journey glaze. I just ran out of my large journey glaze and I have another one I haven't opened yet. I thought I wanted to use one of my little ones up. And then what I did is I just took my finger and I just kind of, see how it's kind of sticking already, and that's fine. I just kind of went around the bottom part and then I just poured the gold. Now what you want to do with the gold is let it sit. It will not stick completely to this. And then once it's kind of dry, you want to rub your finger over it so it will kind of move it around a bit. So you want to make sure you wipe your blocks up. Like this one really needs to be cleaned, but I'm done with the glaze on here. Okay, so that's, I always have that same block I use for a lot of stuff. If I don't use the plastic sheets, it's that block. And it's come in handy more times than you can imagine. Okay, so I'm going to let that sit for just a bit. And then what I thought was fun is I took the colors from the little tote, the little beach tote, and I made the same card base for the card. So for this one I did the yellow and the beach ball and the summer days, I think it was. And then this one I did the same. I did the coral. So you're just going to fold this up. And just do this. I did add this to here, which I said, okay, I can do that now. Because you can wipe that, you can wipe the sand off at any time. And I want it to really lay down. So I'm going to put this kind of up here because it, where I heated it, it kind of warps a tiny bit there. Plus there's a lot of liquid there with the gel. So I just did that. And you can tell by just putting your fingers on there that some of that's going to come off. But I want to get this glued down first before I start rubbing all over on it. And make sure that it's down. So I did that, and then on this one, you can tell too that I also glazed, besides the stripes, I glazed the glasses. And the glasses, the middle, I took the whipped cream and the river stone and I just puddled it up until I got kind of the color that I wanted. I didn't want black, but I didn't want, you know, regular glasses. I want them to be sunglasses, so I just did that. And then I put some of the dots there, so I'm going to grab those really quick. Love, love, love these. Today is the last day to order these, and they're so big. You get such a big package of them. So I love those. So I'm going to add some of those on there. Okay, so our glue, love our glue. It dries so quickly. So now what I'm going to do is move this out of the way. Move this, and I am going to kind of burnish the sand in, which is going to keep some sand, and it's going to wipe off the rest. Because what happens is it starts to pile up on top of each other. Sometimes this is a little drier than when I put it on, and it just happens to grab on some places and not so much on the other. And then I'll wipe this all off. So there's that is. So let me wipe that. All right, and then what I did is, that's dry. Glaze dries really fast. I don't know why my focus gets kind of crazy. I think I'm moving too fast. Okay, so then all I did is take some large Journey foam squares and I popped them up here. And I did 4 of them. I like to have a lot of Journey squares. I like to make sure that they're on there. And I'm not going to put this on until I put my sentiment. My favorite black ink in the world is our black licorice. And I really like in the waves of change we find our direction. It's kind of fun. Somebody just had a job change that I know, and she ended up changing and not liking it, so she changed again, which, you know me, I'm all about being happy, so go for it. Make sure you find what you want. Don't be unhappy. Being unhappy is not worth it. So I thought I'd send her this card. In the waves of change, we find our direction. So now she did change, and she loves her new job. So that's important. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on the beach here. And I'm going to take my candy drops And although this is a different color than coral, I still like it with that. So I'm going to go ahead and put the larger one, like maybe like right here. And then I really like having, maybe I'll do the sweet pear one. I'll do this one up here. And you should always do it in odd numbers. So I'm going to take, I think I'll do the light pink to go with the slippers. Yeah. And I'm just going to put that one like right here. I think right here. Okay. And there's my card. Oops, let me put it on my card base because I also wanted squares here. One in the middle. You can also add twine if you wanted. You could also do some silks or splashes. And I'm really okay with it like it is. I liked that the sand sparkles. I like the glaze on the bag. This one I'm using to push up. You don't really have to take the sticker off if you don't want. And I'm going to make sure my card base is the right way, and it is. And there you go. Cute, fun, summery card. There's the sand. You can tell it's a little more on this. I probably let it set a little longer, but you can definitely tell that there's the sand on there. And there you go. So that's what I did. It's quick and easy. The pan pastels do so much for a card. It is, I love the pan pastels. As you've seen in my previous video, the white space in the background, can you imagine? I mean, you could do a light blue paper, a darker blue paper, you know, brown paper, add white strip, tear it in the middle, make it look like a wave. I used to do that. I used to do the layering of the colors on the cards and the tearing of the paper, and I still do that on certain instances, but I really love the pan pastels. I love that you can just really make your card pop. I could even take some of the summer days or lemon drop or citrus cooler or something and do like a sun here. I could do, you know, if I wanted it a little more sunset or sunrise, and I could do, you know, something back there with the pan pastels. There's just so much you can do, and I just love it. I love, love, love the pan pastels. I can't even tell you that much. So there you go. So there's how I did the sparkle in the sand. The fusion coloring is super quick, super simple. I just absolutely love the fusion coloring. It is quick, simple. Oh, let me show you one thing here too, is there's that little spot in between the coconut there. Let me get my little brush so I can point. Right there, there's a little white spot that I am not going to go in and cut out. So what I did on this other card, and I'll do on this, is I took my blue sky pan pastel and I just kind of rubbed it in there. And there you go. It's kind of like the water in the background. And you could take the darker one, darken it up just a tiny bit. There. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope this really helped you and inspired you to think outside the box, go a little farther. I think adding the glaze to something really makes it pop. Adding some sand, some sparkle, even if you took some glue on your finger and just kind of rubbed it across and added your sparkle dust. It's going to add some shimmer, some shine. Then you can always take your pan pastel on your cocoa butter, or cocoa powder or oatmeal or something, and then just kind of rub it across once that's all dried. And once you have your sparkle dust on there with the glue or the glaze, and then just take your finger with some pan pastel and just kind of go over it. I thought that's a quick and easy way too, if you don't want to discolor a lot of your your sparkle dust, then that's a way you can make it add a little color. Just kind of think about it. Think about, okay, what else can I do? I liked adding the little darker spots in there to make it look like sand. And you know, when you go to the beach, it's usually not perfectly beautiful sand. Some beaches are, and I hope to see them. But there's little stuff, there's little shells and little things in the sand. And so I wanted to make it look a little more realistic, a little more pop to it. So putting that aside, I want to show you what's coming up for us. RG Presents did an amazing project on the 25th. He did it's called RG Presents, and we got together and we made a bunch of cards, and they were cards in this for this upcoming catalog that came up that starts tomorrow. And so I'm going to show you those cards really quickly. Well, here's 3 of them. So I'm going to switch back and show you, and then I'm going to show you the one that's coming up. This will give you a little hint on what's coming in the catalog for tomorrow. So these are some of the cards that we made. This was my favorite. Look at, I love this jellyfish. And here he is. I made some extra cards, and here's another little jellyfish. And he is just so cute. It says, "Make a wish, jellyfish." How cute is that? And then we did this cute pool party. And look at that. Put the brads in the inside. How cute is that? So that's our, oh, hello. So that we did this card. And then we did this one. It's not where you go, it's who you travel with. And how cute. Is it all sparkly? This was a fun technique I'll be showing in a class, doing a video on. So there's 3 of them. I'm not sure what I did with the 4th one, but there was a 4th one. So this upcoming one, I have to tell you, is May 6th. And how it works is Richard Garay does a YouTube video. When you purchase this kit, and this is upcoming items from the new catalog coming out in June. So on May 6th, we'll be doing a video, and he will be doing a YouTube video, and we have techniques and tips. And this last time was from 9 to 4. And we had a lunch break, and we had a couple breaks in the morning, and you just craft along with him. We got a bunch of girls together and we crafted all together, and it was so much fun. But you can have this link at home. You can do it from home. He'll give you a list of the things you need. Obviously, if you have stuff at home that you want to use, you don't have all of the product to make this, that's okay. You're going to get the stamp sets. You're going to get the paper kits. You're going to get everything that you need paper-wise and stamp-wise in this kit. And then also some little embellishments and different things. The things you may not have on hand are the ink colors, which use what you have that's close. If you do not have them and you can't get them, then go ahead and use what you have. If you do want to get some of the colors, like obviously this looks like we're going to be using the watermelon fusion. So there is different things that we have obviously that you can get. I would guess that the flowers, the sequins, these little clips, those are going to be in there. The die will be in there. It's the other miscellaneous stuff that you may not have on hand, and that's fine. Use what you have. But the kit is amazing, and it is $75 right now through April 10th, and after that it will go up to $99. But you will get, I believe it's, I don't have the full flyer with me, which I should have, but I believe it's 2 stamp sets, an ATS, and the die. And I'm not sure about the 2 stamp sets. I know you'll get this with the die. Maybe it's the 1 stamp set. I'm not really sure. It just became available and for sale a couple days ago. So here are the cards we're going to be making on that event. So remember, you're going to get a full day of tips and training and techniques. You're going to get the stamp sets, the dies, the things that you're going to need for this class, and you can just create right along with us. And everybody out there in TV world will be watching YouTube and creating. So, or get some girlfriends together. So how cute are these cards? They are so cute. I have a granddaughter and she's a little young for these, but trust me, she'll be receiving these cards. They are adorable. So if you're interested in that, let me know. My website is right here above. You can go on there, and the code for that is going to be BD-0245. BD-0245, and that is your bundle special. That will get you a link. You'll get an email right before the event with your link to YouTube on there, and you'll get explanations on how to set it up as long as you have a Google account. So make sure you have one of those, and you can sign right on and craft along with us, and it's so much fun. We have a good time. There's giveaways, there's bundles that become available for special that you can purchase, and I'm receiving mine today from the last event. I can't wait. So you will be getting more videos from me, and I hope that you'll subscribe and like. Please comment if there's anything that you'd like to see. Any I know that the focus, for whatever reason, I can't get that to work right, so I am working on that. So I hope you enjoyed it. I really appreciate you taking the time and stopping by. I hope the sand was helpful for showing you, and you coaches out there that requested for me to show you how I did that. So I hope you guys have a great day. If there's anything else you need, let me know. Please leave a message, and always remember to make your crafting journey amazing. I'd love for you to visit me at my website, and please, any questions, just ask below. You guys have a great day. Thank you.